Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear us? I've never done this before. I've never live streamed.
So we're learning.
We're learning. We're figuring it out as we go. Sweet.
Cool.
Is it too low, too loud? Sweet.
Dope. Looks like we're good.
Turn up the microphone. Okay, we're going to turn it up.
See, so we're not as dumb as we thought.
No,
We could figure it out.
we figured it out. First try. Sweet. All right. We are live. So this might be a little rocky because we've never done this before.
Yeah.
I'm here with Jordan, the cinematographer extraordinaire.
Oh, God, no.
You guys have heard him here on the channel. He does the unboxings with me. He's great with the camera. And I brought him on here today to kind of do this live stream and talk to you guys about the new Rise of the TMNT episodes that came out last night and see what you guys have to say. A little too low, the sound, they say.
Okay,
Still.
yeah, turn it up then.
Turn it on.
See, because it looks like it's blowing out for us, but for them it might be a little low.
Okay. It's pretty much as high as we could get right here without, going in the red. Huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. So, there's 2 episodes last night. We had Flushed and Never Forgotten, and we had Layer Games. I guess you just saw them right now.
Yeah, you just kind of like helped me review it because I didn't get to see it when it premiered.
Which out of the 2 did you like better?
I actually liked Layer Games better.
Okay.
To be honest, I just felt like it was really well structured. It was really funny. And I just liked the whole concept of them all like competing against each other.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. Because you get to see that camaraderie between them and that kind of just that brotherly competition. I think we can all relate to that in some form. With like your friends or with your siblings, and you're being competitive and you always want to win. And you know, Leo winning 5 times.
Yeah.
There was that like little rivalry between them, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
They did a good job with that episode.
Last night when I watched it, I thought that the first episode was funnier, but when I sat here and watched it with you, I kind of... I saw it differently. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that you're right. The second one was the better one out of the 2. The mockumentary style thing made it a little bit funnier.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it was well structured too, from like a filmmaking standpoint. I guess it just felt like it was edited really nice. Yeah. It felt like it was just kind of went on. The episode went on, and it was good.
Let's read some of the comments here. What people thought about it. It looks like they're kind of chiming in here. So, Ramonte Charles says they were hilarious. Let's see. Beyond Sight says, I think the new episodes are cool. I can't hear you though, or I think he meant to say I can't hear you though. Right?
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe I'll turn it up a little more.
Should we get the mic closer or not?
No, we'll probably blow out everybody's speakers. Let's take a look here. It's starting to go faster. How many people are on here? Let's see.
But yeah, I thought the Layer Games was really good, and the first one, what was that one called? Flushed but Not Forgotten.
Yeah,
that one was good too. I liked it. The structure on that one I felt was a little bit off, but the Layer Games was really good in essence of how it was structured. But the first one, and I think we've talked about this, or you've talked about this in a video on the channel before, about Rise. And to me, Rise is one of those shows that I think a lot of people tend to bash it, but I think there's a lot of good things in Rise that we can take from it, even though it's not exactly like how the old school Turtles and everything are.
Yeah.
But I really like the voice acting too. Yeah. I think the voice acting is really good and really on point with them. And the animation's like clean.
Yeah.
It's really clean. Like
really
the graphics
HD.
are really clean. So I really like that about it.
It says, someone asked a question here. It says, do you think Shredder will be human? I think that they have Saki's body.
Okay.
And I think the armor will bring him back to life.
Right.
or is it some type of Ra's al Ghul, Lazarus Pit type of stuff?
That's a good question.
That is a good
What do you
question.
think?
I think it's just the spirit.
Right.
And I think anybody could wear the suit and become possessed by the spirit.
Right. Okay.
So Joe Blow off the street could put on the suit, and Shredder's spirit is gonna, possess him. You know.
Okay.
That's how I'm seeing it. But we'll have to wait and see. And
has there ever been like a? Because I'm not too knowledgeable about that, but has there ever been like a iteration of Shredder like that before?
I believe
like
so.
a spiritual type thing like that. Okay.
Like a demon Shredder,
sort of like that. Okay.
Let's see. But this is definitely unique. It's definitely doing a lot of things differently.
Okay.
And then, we got another question here. It says, would you like a TVMA Ninja Turtle show?
Okay, that's a good question.
That's a good question.
That is.
Yes, but do I think it'll ever happen?
Probably not.
No. I think what we like for people that do want a more mature Turtles, what we need to be pushing for is something along the lines of like when it comes to like grittiness and violence, probably like Dragon Ball Z level.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. Like I think something like that is what they need to push for, where they could possibly get it, you know, if you push hard enough. Let's see. Turtle Forever 2 thoughts. Somebody asked that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're long overdue for a Turtles Forever Part 2. That should be something that's being worked on right now if they're not working on it. Sorry, if you guys just hear me kind of just get quiet, I'm trying to read the comments.
Yeah, we're reading the comments.
I've never live streamed, so this is very new.
This is different for me too because I've never seen a live stream.
Behind the
like behind the scenes. I've never seen it.
This is a first for both of us. So, if you could get a dream director for the next TMNT movie, who would it be? Ooh, you could kind of chime in on this one too, since you got your background in filmmaking.
Dream director. Well, okay. So you really got to look at the style of, I guess, Turtles that you're going for, right?
Yeah.
So after watching the movies with you, I really it was Steve Barron, right? Was the original director in 1991.
He seemed, in my opinion, he's the only one that's ever got it.
Right, and it's so surprising because he's done a lot of music videos before he did that. So it was kind of weird that a music video director came on and did like one of the best Turtles movies ever. That's
I'm
cool.
not sure if this is a rumor or whatever. When I'm doing like research on like the Turtle Profiles videos, but I read somewhere that towards the end of the production, they even kind of got rid of him.
Oh, wow.
Because he was going too dark, I think. I could be misinterpreting
for that question, I mean, I'm not going to... I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but you would really, I think, not only have to find somebody who has the correct tone for what you're trying to go for, depending on the script of whatever has been written for that movie.
Right.
But you're definitely going to have to find someone that is a Turtles fan.
Yeah.
I don't think you should go and get somebody that isn't a Turtles fan because they're not going to know how to make the movie for people.
Right.
They're going to make it for the producers and for like the blue collar people.
Yeah.
It's not for them. It's for the fans.
For the white collar people.
Yeah, for the white collar people. Yeah, it's for the fans, right? So like you have to find somebody that is a Turtles fan but then can also hit that tone that you want. So whatever, I mean, I would need more information really to give you a good answer.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I would say about that question.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I think it's tricky because there's a lot of aspects that need to get right, and who can get all those aspects right. Yeah. Like if you're looking at like creatures, if you want them to be creatures again, you got Guillermo del Toro could do a good job with them.
He does a little VFX with his stuff too, but he likes to go practical.
And I'm not super familiar though with his like stunts and martial arts within his movies, so that's where I'm kind of like I don't know about all that. Maybe, but if you got hired a good stunt coordinator and all that, then you got a good shot of his creatures and people in suits being able to be properly directed by a good stunt coordinator. But
I think that's a good point because Guillermo is very geared towards storytelling, not filmmaking.
Right.
Like I think a lot of directors now are so technical, but Guillermo is more like what's best for the story. And that's, what we're going to watch the movie for. We're going for the story. So I think he'd be a good pick too.
And the another good one I think would be, and this is more just kind of I see as a realistic choice, just because I believe he's worked on like Transformers, like the Bumblebee one.
Okay.
That I believe his name is Travis Knight.
Okay.
And
I haven't heard of him before.
He brought like, because you know how Transformers was, the first one was kind of good, and then like people started kind of not feeling the movie so much, and then he did Bumblebee, and unfortunately it didn't perform that well, but it's actually it brought like the G1 Transformers, and I don't know a lot about Transformers, but I just know that the look kind of went back, and that's a big thing that the Turtles haven't got right in a while, in my opinion. And if you brought somebody that understands that the look of the characters is very important, and you did that with Turtles, that could translate well too.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
Okay, I'm gonna scroll up just because I know I missed a bunch of questions. So if let me see where we're at. Oh, it's interesting. How many seasons do you think Rise will have?
What is it at now?
We are finishing season 1.
Season 1? Okay.
Season 1. Yeah, you guys let me know too in the chat. Well, how many seasons do you guys think Rise will end up having as we're answering here?
Do you think it's going to be based off of just like the success of it, or what do you think? Do you think they have like a plan? Do you think they have like a little plan? Like, we're going to go 3 seasons and then see where it goes? Or...
I think they have a plan for 2 seasons in the movie.
Okay.
And if it performs well, they have a backup plan to keep going. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. And I think that's how it's going to be.
So there is officially, like, there's going to be a movie from
these...
yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're doing the Netflix animated Rise of the TMNT movie. Yeah.
Nice.
So it's going to be released on Netflix, and it's going to be animated.
Okay.
So it's pretty much going to be like the episodes we watch, but probably way better quality, like production-wise, and like a larger story arc, which I think is going to be cool, because that's the biggest flaw for me when it comes to this.
The 11-minute runtime.
They go too fast.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's going to go all depending on the viewership.
Right.
Sorry, we have a dog.
Yeah, we got a little doggy. What are you doing? Leave that alone. Go lay down.
Does he have to go outside?
No, he's fine.
All right. But I think how season 2 does is going to be very important.
Yeah.
In how the animated movie does.
Right.
But more importantly, I think season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see it. I could definitely see it going 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it going 3 or 4.
Yeah. Because the 2012 one went 5.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I feel like that's a good run for a show.
Yeah.
3 or 4 seasons. I feel like that's a good solid, just a good run.
You told your story.
Yeah.
People could always go back and check it out, and it's a complete, nice, fulfilling story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
go.
go.
Someone said it right there, too. Beyond Sight. I think he was...
Beyond Sight said 3 or 4.
I agree with you.
And someone said Rise will get 2 and be done.
2 and be done. Okay.
Someone said about 2, maybe 5.
Mm-hmm. I like cheeseburgers too.
Let's take a look here. But yeah, that's it. Let me go. I'm gonna scroll back up because I know I missed some other questions up here as well. There's more that I missed. I'm just scrolling here.
So now that Rise is back on, what times is it coming on now? Because I think you said it changed or something like that.
10:30.
10:30? Okay.
PM.
What was it before? Because it was in the morning, right?
Yeah, Eastern time. So,
okay, so 7:30 here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When it comes to what it used to be 9:30 in the morning.
In the morning, guys. Remember you saying it was in the morning, yeah.
6:30 in the morning Pacific time, which I thought that was crazy.
Right.
Nobody's awake at 6:30.
Yeah, because I remember watching, I think, an episode or 2 with you at the house. In the morning, I woke up and I was like, oh, okay.
It was grueling. I hated waking up that early. I missed so many episode reviews because it was just way too early. I'm not.
7:30 time's a little better for you.
I like it better.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me see. I'm scrolling up here. Someone said, okay, practical versus CGI. when it comes to the turtle? I'm assuming they mean for live action.
For live action, definitely practical. I'm a practical filmmaker. I like doing everything in camera as much as you can.
Right.
I mean, obviously, some things you'll have to do some VFX for, you know, but as much as you can do in camera, I think the better. I just think it looks more realistic.
The way the light hits off of something practical cannot be replicated.
Yeah, and it just feels more real.
Yeah.
It feels like you're watching a film instead of like a digital hard drive. You know what I mean? Like when you're watching something that's so like VFX or there's so much computer generated imagery, it just doesn't feel real anymore. You're not immersed into that movie or into that world, right? Because you can tell. Audiences are smart. We can tell when something's CGI.
Yeah, the human eye can definitely detect it.
It's getting better to where sometimes we're like questioning it, but most of the time we can tell, especially if it's a low budget deal.
Right.
So practical all the way, especially for the turtle suits. Yeah. You got to go practical, in my opinion.
Yeah,
100%.
I think the only thing where it gets a little tricky is the mouth movement. Mm-hmm. Do you go all practical and just CGI the mouth movement? Mm-hmm. That's where I get a little confused.
Okay.
Because even
if you have the budget, I say go practical. I mean,
the whole thing.
Yeah, I say. I mean, you're gonna have. I mean, logistically, there's more problems as a filmmaking standpoint because there can be malfunctions. Right. So I can pull you back, but I say spend the money for it because it's going to be better in the long run.
I'd be curious to see how much better animatronic technology has improved since 1990.
Since 1990, yeah, absolutely.
For a turtle's type head with the mouth moving. I would be curious to see if somebody just does one. Somebody that has like an animatronic shop just does one for fun, just to see how good it can be done. That'd be cool. Like that would go viral if somebody did that.
And if you did do the VFX on the mouth, it'd have to look really good.
Right.
It would have to be zero flaws in that, because if there is even one flaw in that, it's gonna take you out.
Or if you get that uncanny valley feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If you get that uncanny valley feel with the mouth, if it's CG, that could be a knife through the heart of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'll go back up, but I'm scrolled back down here to the bottom, so we're more current. Okay, so one of the questions was, so Rise is back and the Shredder is already in the opening credits? Okay, so this was, and correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but these episodes that came out were season 2 episodes, even though season 1's not finished yet.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Why is that? Do you know?
They've always done that since they started, I've noticed. They just release episodes out of order.
Okay.
So
like a Star Wars deal?
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it's like for a storytelling purpose.
Okay.
But
maybe they're trying to jump ahead to show you something, and when they jump back, it might make sense.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
Right.
But the way I saw it from one of the producers was that just these 2 were season 2 episodes, and now they're jumping back to season 1. So I don't know if we're going to get that Shredder again in the intro until season 2 starts again.
Right.
But what I found interesting was that he replaced Baron Jackson in the intro, because Baron Jackson was originally the one hovering over them at the beginning. And now it's Shredder.
And that's since it's re-aired, right? This is different?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so something happens.
Right.
Someone says, I think CGI is better.
CGI is better? Yeah, I mean, if you can do it right, it can look great.
Yeah.
It can look fine. Right. You know, not saying that practical is like the only way to go. You could totally go CGI with it. Just I think you have to really do it good, because there is bad CGI out there, and it can take you out of a movie. Like, I guess, for instance, you know how like when they did the new Blu-rays for the Star Wars and they added things in, I can tell, and it kind of it's bad. It pulls me out. So if you do it right, you're definitely correct. It could be really good CGI, 100%.
Yeah. No, yeah, I prefer. I always think like the practical. It just because it's you got to have the martial arts. Like it's almost like a ballet.
Right.
You're going to watch a very complex ballet, and when they're in the suits, it feels more, I don't know, risky, I guess. I don't know.
If there's like it's like how you said, like a play. It's kind of like an art to watch it happen too. Yeah. And to see how it dances together. So.
If you like watch the final fight. So the 1990 movie where Tatsu is kind of beating up Casey Jones and Casey Jones hits him with the club. You have moments where the turtles are fighting the foot inside of their lair, and you get some of the best like martial arts in these scenes. And as they go into the streets and up on top of the roof fighting the Foot Clan. And it's just like this giant like orchestrated ballet that's just coming, kind of bubbling up from the sewers up into the streets, up the side of like a building and onto the top of a building. And it's just like crescendos with the shredder landing. Yeah. And it's just this, it's beautifully structured, and you're just kind of like, yeah,
that's what you love about it. Yeah.
That's dope. Like, and nobody's done that. There's just explosions and people flying off trucks, and
it can get too focused on just those big crazy moments instead of the nice fluidity of the martial arts.
But more importantly, the martial arts in those moments, I think, just are so cool, because it's like, holy crap, there's these people in suits doing front flips and just doing roundhouse kicks, and that must be incredibly hard to do, but I think the hard work pays off, because everyone's like, wow. Yeah.
Have you ever seen Kiss of the Dragon, the Jet Li movie?
No, but my brother-in-law, I think, has it.
One of the great, he showed me too. He's one of the greatest martial arts, like, choreographed things I think I've ever seen.
Right.
And it's one of those things that, because of the choreography and the martial arts, made the movie better. So, in turn, I think that can also add to the Turtles movie. Not only are you having these iconic, awesome characters of the Ninja Turtles, but you're also including great choreographed martial arts with it. Right. It's just awesome. You know, that's something you want to go see. Yeah. It's so entertaining.
I grew up on the Ip Man movies.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've seen them. I think I've seen the first one.
Like the original ones. With Donnie Yen.
Okay.
And those, I fell in love. I always thought they should make a Turtles movie like this. Yeah. It's just so awesome. All right, I'm going to keep going here. Let's see if we have any more questions.
Kind of liking the live stream.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Cool. Yeah, it's cool. I think we'll get more comfortable with it too as time goes on.
It's pretty dope. Yeah, and this is kind of like a janky setup that we have. You know, we're going to probably have it more in like a studio environment, but
we're in a kitchen.
Yeah. So we'll definitely set it all up more professional, like, and the sound and the mic will be better and all this.
Okay, let's see. See if there's any more questions here. If not, we can go on to some new episode titles. All right, somebody said, "Wait, no more Baron." Not quite yet. Just in the opening title for this recent episode. As for in the show, I'm sure he'll be back, because I don't think his story has wrapped up yet, if it is even going to wrap up. Let's see. Uh-oh. It like did something.
What happened?
Someone said, "Who's your favorite Rise villain and why?" I think I like Baron Draxon's designs.
Okay.
Yeah, I like his design a lot. But I think I'm really looking forward towards the Shredder.
Right. Yeah. I think everybody's looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's taking so long. Let's see. Someone said, "Do you think the Turtles will get their original weapons back?" This was from Fernando's Toys and More. I think there'll be an episode
that they get it back.
I
hope they do.
Yeah,
I really do.
I don't know if they'll get them back for good, but they'll get them back for an episode. Like, something will happen with their mystic weapons, and they'll have to rely on their old ones, and then they'll come back at the end of the episode or something. Their old weapons.
It can even show you too how, like, cool the Turtles are when they get their old weapons, and they can still, do the same stuff that they can do with the mythical ones. Do you think that episode, if that would happen, do you think that would be in a season 2 episode? For sure, huh? Since we're closing on season 1.
Say it again.
Getting the original weapons back. Do you think that would be a season 2 episode, or do you think that'd be a later deal?
I think it'll have to do something with the Shredder.
Okay, so probably
Like
later.
Shredder will
later
show
on.
up and they're gonna try to take him on, and he's just gonna like snap his fingers or something, and
Okay.
poof.
Right.
But that's just me, you know,
Mhm.
what I'd like to see. I don't know if that's actually gonna happen. Somebody said, "What if they do Turtles like they did with where the wild things are, where it's practical and CG?" Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah, you can mix it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was
totally.
thinking. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that was from Papa Reem and Uncle King.
Yeah, I think that's like, I mean, in current day filmmaking, that's usually the way to go. You know,
Right.
you have some practical format, and then you just polish it, you
Yeah.
know, with some VFX, just to enhance the overall
Right.
look of it.
Yeah,
which
I
you totally
agree.
do.
That's probably the most effective plus easiest way.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing is, it's the uncanny valley thing. Just be careful with the mouth movement. That's where it gets tricky. Someone said TMNT 3 movie or Next Mutation Turtles. So I'm assuming TMNT part 3,
Yes.
the brighter costumes, or the Next Mutation Turtles, the ones on Netflix with all the messed up things. I would say I like TMNT 3 Turtles.
Yeah.
I still enjoy, like I could still watch that movie and enjoy it in some weird way. I can't.
The one-liners
Yeah,
were really
yeah,
great.
They're really good.
They were.
But I can't sit down and enjoy the Next Mutation. Although I've been thinking about watching it and doing some reviews on it just to remember how bad it was.
Yeah, Turtles 3 for sure for me. That movie had some great one-liners in there.
Yeah. All right. So all right, somebody said, "Do you guys think there will be a new TMNT movie?" So from what we've heard so far, and this was from a couple of the producers that worked on the last film, was that they were gonna reboot the Turtles. And we heard this, I think, in like February, and then we
Right.
heard it again like in the summertime. And someone said that production could start by the end of this year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if we were to hear anything about that, that would probably start
Right.
very soon, in the next few weeks.
Okay, so what exactly for this TMNT movie do we know kind of storyline or where it's taking place in the universe of TMNT? Do we know any information on that?
Say that again?
Do we know any information based off of the story plot, like
Nothing.
on this?
Nothing.
No,
Just
yet?
who the writer is, I believe, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Live action or animated? Do we know that?
We don't.
Okay.
No.
So that's still up in the air?
Yeah, I want to say we don't.
Okay.
Yeah. 'cause-
If it is live action, that'd be great. I
Yes.
would like to see a new live action
Me too.
TMNT movie for sure.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, someone said, "Would you ever do a what if series with the TMNT?"
That's actually a good idea. What do you think about that?
A what if series, like a comic series or like a video series?
I think a video. I think that's what they mean.
that-
Like, what if this happened
Right.
instead of this? You know, because it could change the course of things that have happened to them.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I think it's always kind of fun to ask what ifs
Yeah.
for things, you know, just to see how it would have turned out differently.
Let me see what else we got.
Like, what if the 1990s movie was CG? You know, that's
Yeah.
an interesting talking point. Like, because that's such an iconic because of the suits. What if it wasn't practical? You know, what if they
Right.
tried doing the CG? Because in the 90s they started kind of doing that. They started doing a lot of things with the visual effects.
Right.
And granted, I mean, it looks bad in today's standards,
Yeah.
but back then it was kind of a cool thing people liked.
Right.
You know, so it might have been a different audience that would have liked it. you know?
Right.
No, I like that. I like what if. I like that. I like asking those questions.
They should put the TMNT franchise on Netflix.
Please do.
That's interesting. That's interesting because CBS, I think, just bought Viacom.
Oh yeah, that's
And,
right.
and CBS has their own streaming service.
That's right. Yep.
That's where it gets
So that's why I
tricky.
put it on there.
Yeah, that's where it gets a little tricky.
Partnership, maybe.
Yeah. This is, streaming wars has begun. The streaming wars.
what's streaming wars?
So like Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All that stuff.
Are you gonna get Disney Plus
For the Mandalorian, maybe,
and then just cancel?
and then just cancel.
That was the same thing I was thinking.
Yeah, I just want to see the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I do want to see the Mandalorian too.
What is your favorite Rise of the TMNT episode? And this was from Fanbot Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Okay.
It's Shadow of Evil. I think is the best episode they've done.
Right.
Yeah, that's it was one of the 30-minute specials.
Mm-hmm.
It got dark in areas. It still had the humor that they're good at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
If every episode was like that,
I haven't seen too many. So
Yeah.
I can't even really tell you.
if every episode was like that, I think I don't know. I think it'd be a lot stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. Someone said a little bit of a shift, but have you seen Spidey Far From Home? And this is from Jameer, the guy.
Okay.
I have not seen it.
I haven't either.
Yeah, after Endgame, I was just kind of like,
I'm kind of just burnt out right now
Yeah.
on some Marvel movies.
yeah, me too.
Just superhero movies in general. I'm just burnt.
Yeah, yeah.
But you saw Joker,
I did.
and how'd you like that?
I don't know. Do you guys want me to talk about Joker just a little bit? I guess I can talk about it a little bit. I thought it was okay. It was a simple story,
Right.
but it went into some very complex ideas.
Because I've heard it doesn't feel like a superhero movie.
Right.
It doesn't feel like that. It feels like this very dark story about this character. Right? It doesn't feel like it's super polished in essence of like being clean cut.
Right.
Like it feels very dark.
And Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah, kills it.
dude, you can't keep your eyes off of him. He's
Right.
legendary.
Yeah.
And it was awesome seeing the contrast of how, like, before he turns into the Joker
Right.
and after. It's
Yeah,
like
you
two
see that
different-
development, right? You see
Yeah.
that changed him. Yeah.
It's just like two different people. And
Yeah.
the biggest thing I loved about the movie. So I love the movie pretty much overall. I did.
I've heard a lot of good things
Yeah.
about it, and I still need to see it.
I liked that it looked like a movie.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Like it
that's-
was filmed in the real world.
Right. Yeah.
Like Shazam kind of had that look too,
okay.
where it's like, oh, we're on actual streets.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually in the city. We're actually, whereas Aquaman felt like I was in a video game.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Yeah, Aquaman was so, and that's I guess a good point. It's so much CGI used
Yeah.
that it kind of really took me out.
I'm really gravitate towards those movies where they
Right.
looks like it's in the real world, and especially like a gritty, like older New York.
And
Yeah.
I feel like with DC movies,
Yeah.
that's what you're wanting, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
the comics are so like that
Right.
too. So you kind of want that in that live action interpretation.
And I guess bringing it back to Turtles, I feel like Turtles need to be done like that.
Yes,
where it
I
feels
agree.
like it's in the real world.
Yeah.
Like it's everything's in the real world,
Right.
and there's just these mutant turtles that happen to live under the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So Spidey Far From Home though, didn't see it. What do you want to see it though? No. Maybe.
I wanted to see it even less when I found out that the Marvel Disney or the Sony Disney deal was over. I was like, well, now I don't even want to see it at all. But now that they kind of made a deal again
Right.
to come back together, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. I'll
it out.
stream it or something.
Yeah. Same.
Yep. Let's see what else. We have any more questions here? Should we start wrapping it up pretty soon?
If you want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it? 3:30.
Uh-huh.
Time is it? Game time.
Let's take a look here. Someone said SpongeBob ended the 2012 series. Interesting thought. I do notice when I go on to like my guide for like Nickelodeon, even Nicktoons, both channels, just SpongeBob blocks all day.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of ratings that thing is getting, because a lot of them have to be reruns. So how much ratings are the reruns getting
Yeah.
to where no show can break through that giant block of SpongeBob?
That's insane to think about.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to see it, because it has to be really good for them not to like.
It is
break
an
through.
iconic cartoon.
Yeah.
I definitely grew up with SpongeBob. Yeah, that dang.
Yeah.
When reruns are beating the new shows. Oh, man.
Yeah, that's where it gets. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yep. Let me see. And I've looked at old. Well, it's a different time, I guess, like 2012. But even the show went on to what, 2015 or something.
Yeah.
I've seen the ratings for the 2012 show around that time, and they were pretty good.
Yeah.
From what, and nowadays
That was where I kind of started
Yeah.
getting into the Turtles. That was like my first little dabble into the universe.
Right.
Was 2012. So that kind of has a little soft spot in my heart. The 2012 Turtles.
Yeah, I slept on them, to be honest. I was like, I was going through the phase where I was just kind of like, I don't know. I like the way they looked in 2003.
Yeah.
And the design change was so drastic that I was like, I don't know, man. I can't get into it. And then one day I sat down and watched it. It's really good. And it's, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble, but so forgive me. But I feel like it's like the Clone Wars series of the Turtles.
Of the Turtles. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You know what I mean?
Totally. Because I think a lot of people couldn't, because with Clone Wars for me, and I think what you're getting at is the animation you can get behind and the design, but the story was good. Like the stories were great. And with the 2012, the animations were so different from so that you're trying to get used to that animation style, but you're like, the stories are good.
Right.
Like, the actual episodes are good. Yeah.
That's why when Rise came out, I wasn't huge on the designs.
Okay.
But I was like, I'm going to give it a chance because I don't want to make that mistake again and miss out on a great show. Yeah. And so far it's funny.
It is funny.
I would just like to see them have a more episodes that have a nice through line. Does that make sense? Like story wise. Yeah. Where what's happening in this episode matters in this episode, and this episode.
Builds upon the next.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Have that progression.
For at least like 4 or 5, and then go back to your, the world building episodes. Yeah. If they could do that, I feel like it'd make it a lot stronger. Okay. Someone said, which TMNT is better? And that was from Alva Xerox. Okay. 1990 for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the 1990 TMNT. If we're talking about like on-screen versions. Yeah. And then for animated, that one's tricky. That one's tricky because...
That is tricky.
Because 87 is really iconic.
It is.
Yeah. And the look is like ingrained in everyone's mind. It's still on Ninja Turtles merchandise to this day. And that means something. Yeah. And the episodes are pretty fun too. You know what I'm saying? They are. 2003 designs are pretty great.
They are great.
For animated,
much darker too.
For animated, I think it's, in my opinion, my favorite.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So far.
Yeah.
I don't think, I'm gonna say this right. I don't think the best Ninja Turtle show hasn't been made yet.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. Yeah.
It hasn't been made yet.
Yeah.
There's definitely something out there that I feel would bring a bunch of turtle fans together that nobody's been able to tap into yet. Yeah. And I don't know who could do it, but it's definitely...
I say Old Turtle did.
I can see it in my mind. You know what I mean? But it's hard to explain. Maybe one day we'll talk about it.
I agree with that one.
What
Romana Charles, she said, or he, whoever, said 2012 is the best show ever. Yeah. That's just for me. That's my personal opinion because, like I said, that was where I started.
Like 2012, I think, has a great voice cast.
Yeah.
They blend
I feel like they bounced off each other really nice.
Perfect.
Really
that makes the episodes super easy to digest.
Yeah.
That's probably the most bingeable one.
It feels like it flows because they're just kind of jibber-jabbering between each other, and it feels like just the dialogue is so well written and it's so well executed by the voice actors that I don't know, that's what to me 2012 is the best for, is that. But yeah,
for me, I get my favorite in animated is 2003. Probably, I think it ended not good though. Yeah, it deserved a better ending in my opinion. Let's keep going here. Best version of Casey Jones, 1990.
Everything 1990.
Everything 1990.
Super bias here. See, Sonic knows what's up. Sonic X
2012 is
4v2.
the best.
2012, baby. Yeah.
What TMNT merch can you recommend for new, casual, and hardcore fans? That new arcade 1-up, like
I've been seeing that.
Have you seen it
I
pop up?
really want it, to be
Yeah.
honest. I really want that, yeah.
That looks super rad.
Because that's cool for, like, the older fans and, like, just the new kids. You
Yeah.
know, like, just, oh, cool, I'm playing an arcade game.
Yeah.
That's so awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that one is one I would recommend. If they're still available, which I think they are, the NECA, the TMNT 1990 action figures, that's a
Right.
must-have for
Yeah.
Turtle fans.
Yeah.
Let me
And
see.
we got Shredder coming in February, right?
Right,
Yeah.
pre-ordered it.
I pre-ordered
Yeah.
that one, so we'll be hopefully doing like a video for that too.
Yeah, we'll do an unboxing
Yeah,
for that one.
that'd be cool.
Those two things for sure.
Yeah.
Someone said, "Are you guys roommates?"
No, we're not.
Might as well be.
I mean, technically, I guess.
No, just really good friends, and we
Really
work
good
on
friends.
short films together, and they're on Jordan's channel.
Yeah, we're actually working on one
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah. I pretty much just watch. He does everything, but I'm in his ear here and there.
I
and-
really appreciate his opinion
So, yeah.
because obviously he has a really good eye for stuff. So I really look to him to help me with like my set design and all that kind of stuff because, liking, 1990s Ninja Turtles, they did that so well. And I
Right.
really like to have your opinion on
Right.
set when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, so I pretty much I come by and I help his actual crew, the people that are actually working on it.
Yeah.
So I'll help his set designer.
Yep.
I'll even help his AD, and from time to time I'll just kind of pick up the slack anywhere I can.
Right.
Pretty much just try to, because we knew each other before we did this.
Yes,
So we're
absolutely.
just kind of friends.
Yep.
So I was just kind of like, let me just go and I'll just kind of pick up wherever I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were interested. You're like,
Yeah.
yeah, let me know if
Yeah.
you need any help. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because I've always been interested in movies in general. So
Of course.
let's see. Let's see if there's any more questions. I think we're. Have you watched Dragon Ball Super Broly? I have.
I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
And the reason I chose to answer this question is because I think Dragon Ball Super, although not on the same level as Dragon Ball Z,
Mhm.
is on the right track that the
Right.
Turtles should be on,
Yeah.
where it comes to, because they brought the show back.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it was coming out in Japan, especially, a lot of people from here would watch it too. People would find websites to watch it on, or they'd go on Crunchyroll, or they'd figure out a way to watch it.
Right.
And it just blew up again.
Mhm.
It's just like the blue Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue is just everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that fan base too is
Yeah.
very loyal.
Yeah.
So just like the Turtle fan base.
Yes.
You come out with something good like that.
Yeah.
Your fans gonna come
Yep.
flocking for sure.
And I think
Yeah.
the Turtles should try something similar.
Yeah.
Something
I think that would be a good like trajectory to take the Turtles for sure. I think that would be really good.
Yep. And that was from Dragon Ball 17, by the way.
Heck yeah.
That question. Someone said anime series Turtles, I'm assuming from the 1990s, or Christmas special Turtles. I'd go with the anime Turtles. Do you think there will be a sequel to the Out of the Shadows? So the Out of the Shadows was 2016. Michael Bay
Yeah, that was
produced the one. And funny thing is, I don't know if people are misreporting or actually hearing this from actual sources. So I don't know. Some people are suggesting that the reboot that's upcoming, the movie reboot, could be a soft reboot.
From that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
So that I haven't talked about it yet on a video. I was planning on it, but since they brought it up right here, I have heard that.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And again, it could be people reporting it wrong.
Right.
So that's why I haven't really talked about it, because I haven't seen anything.
Or it could be misinformation.
But since we're just here kind of chatting it up, that's where I'm like, oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure if I would want that.
Yeah.
That soft reboot.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. But I want to see a fresh new take.
Same.
Yeah.
I want just clean slate.
Clean slate, yeah.
Start new.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay, someone said, this is from Jameer, the guy said, I have a good one. What was better about TMNT 3 than TMNT 2, Secret of the Ooze?
Okay.
So he said, I think the weapon usage, and I was just about to say that
Okay.
right before I read that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that they actually get to use their weapons again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And plus, even though the suits looked worse, I like the agility of the TMNT 3 suits better. They were flipping around. It more happens in like the intro and towards the end of the fight where they're fighting Lord Noriaga's men, like in the room.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like that. The agility, I guess.
I personally after, because I've only seen both once.
Right.
Just after my first watch of each one, the one thing I think is the one-liners and the dialogue in the third one.
Yeah.
Feels a little bit better
Yeah.
than the second one. And that's just a personal opinion. Just because I felt like I was laughing a lot more about the dialogue in the third movie than I was in the second. But the suits were better in the second than the third for sure.
I always wondered, I wonder how well received that movie would have been if they would have looked like the first and second Turtle movies.
Yeah.
But the same story and everything, except they look like TMNT 1.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wonder how much better that would have been.
See, that's a what if video.
Ooh.
See?
See, I never knew. Like, I was like, what is that?
That
like,
was a great request.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Okay, somebody said if you could make up any TMNT crossover with no constraints, what would it be?
Ooh, I think you have a good answer for this one. Because I think you talked about it to me before.
What was it? Refresh my memory.
I think the crossover that you said was like you wanted a new TMNT Power Rangers.
I do.
Yeah,
I
because
do.
you've talked about that a few times.
I was scared to answer that because
Yeah.
I know people probably want something else.
Something else?
But I do.
Yeah.
In my heart of hearts, I want the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin, the ones with the diamonds on their chest, and the 1990 Turtles to go at it.
Yeah.
And I want the original suits, but maybe modified to... Not modified, that's a wrong word. How do I put
Improved?
it? Improved, but the design is left the same.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you still have that original design, but just improved mechanics.
Yeah, not like the most recent Power Rangers movie.
Right.
Because those are the diamond designs too, but improved. But those too much
That
tinkering.
was more changed.
Yeah.
Than improved.
Yeah, they tinkered with it way too much. But yeah, I would like to see the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the 1990 Turtles in either animated movie or live action. Live action would be pretty cool.
That would be great. Either way, though. Either way, I'd be interested to see it.
Yeah.
Even if they did kind of like what they did with the TMNT Batman animated movie.
Right.
And they took that and did like the Mighty Morphin with that. That'd be cool. I would totally go down and watch that.
I had a friend who was an actor, and he had like a podcast and stuff, and we got to talk to the director of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, like the first 5 episodes or something.
Okay.
Yeah, his name was Adrian Carr. He was the director, and we went to his house and everything. It was probably one of the craziest, like, I don't know, I was just nervous.
Yeah.
And I was just
You're
sitting.
meeting a director for this.
Yeah, and no, this guy, like, Power Rangers was like my childhood. Like after Turtles were gone and Power Rangers kind of took over, it was Power Rangers. And I had this picture of like the Morpher and stuff and me as a kid and stuff, and I was showing him, and he was just kind of like, oh yeah, he's like, I'm the one who came up with like the grabbing it from the back and pushing the Morpher forward in front of you, and I was just kind of, and I'm doing that in the image. It was pretty surreal. It was pretty funny.
So you met the guy.
I met the guy
who inspired your childhood in essence of that. That move.
I would do that all on my couch to my sister's face and like.
That's funny. Yeah, that must have been a cool, like, surreal moment.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Mega Life Fam has an interesting question.
Okay. Mega Life Fam.
And he said, "Come on, answer the question."
All right. What answer it?
What's up, Mega Life? Okay, so he says, or she says, I'm not sure. Do you think Rise of the TMNT should stay goofy or go dark and brooding?
That is a good question.
In my opinion, they need to go down into the underground, into the hidden city, and there just needs to be like a war that starts down there.
Okay.
And the turtles are just caught up in it. It needs to start getting like that.
Okay.
I think that's probably the best way for the show to go. And Leo has to step up. You know what I mean? All turtles kind of learn their positions, like the classic positions, and because right now they're kind of just jumbled up because they're new. It's a prequel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least that's how they described it before the show started. Yeah, some kind of crisis needs to start.
Okay.
If there isn't a crisis, and it's just left the way it is, I mean, it's fun, but for me, I feel like it'd be more enjoyable if like something happened, like devastating,
Right.
and they have to go deal with it, and it's kind of away from the outside world. It's all happening in the underground city.
Right. I might go opposite direction and say keep it funny.
Yeah.
And keep it quirky, because I feel like that's like one of the charms of the Turtles, being so funny and being so quirky, which you can still have that with the darker thing. I like the way Rise is going. I just think the plot structure needs to progress and change just a little bit for me to really jump on board and be excited every week to tune in. But I think that's a really good question. I think either way you go with it could be really beneficial.
If they do what you're saying and just, they stay the way they are, which is probably more than likely what they're going to do, I believe they should put it back in the mornings.
Yeah. Get that. Yeah.
If they want something in that night slot,
they should.
They should develop a second series that's a little bit more, and not even Rise. Like have the Rise team just do the Rise show in the mornings,
right? And
then have a second team come in and just produce a very gritty series in the evenings, and kind of try to pull over some of that Toonami. Yeah. Because the Toonami people are out, watching that type of stuff right now at that hour, anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see. Is Leo ever going to be the leader in the new series? And this is from Dubious Barbour.
Okay.
I think so. I think
Leo will?
Yeah, they've shown numerous times hints of this happening, and I do believe it will happen.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even kind of with like this new episode, Layer Games, right? It kind of seems like he's the best one.
Yeah.
He wins every time.
Exactly.
So he's like the one, like the leader.
Little things like that.
Like that kind of sway you in that,
yes,
opinion of it. Yeah.
There's one where they were, I believe it's called Pizza Pit. No, that wasn't it. It was like a maze one. I'm forgetting the name of the episode. They're there in this maze. He just takes control of the team. It's they get into trouble, but he just kind of steps up and takes control of the team, and you get little things like that sprinkled in. I've been planning on doing an episode on it, but I would have to comb through all the episodes. So
and really get the research.
Yeah, it would take a lot of time.
But if not Leo, who else do you think would be?
Well, right now they have Raph as the leader.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I think that's just because naturally he's the biggest one. That's how they explained it. But
the authoritative kind of powerful figure.
So it's either one of them two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leo.
Let's see. Any more questions? Which turtle, in your opinion, looks the best? This is also from the same guy. And
is it
Rise?
From Rise? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm wondering.
If it's for Rise, I personally like Mikey. If it's from Rise, I personally like Mikey's design.
Yes.
I like his design the most.
I like his. I like his, Donnie's, and Leo's. They look like Ninja Turtles.
They do.
They're a little edgy, like the angles and stuff. Yeah. That's not my style. People like it. Cool. For me, I like more of the more, I don't know, like it looks like 1990s did it good a lot. Not the 1990s movie, but 1990s animation. Yeah. Or 80s, 90s animation, like Dragon Ball, X-Men, where the people look like people.
People,
you know what I mean? They don't look like sharp edges here and there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like clip art
stuff. Yeah. I like that style a little more, but proportionately, Leo, Mikey, and Donnie look great. The only one I don't really like is Raph's look.
I just like Leo and Mikey because they have the classic regular headband like that. Yeah. Because then Donnie has like that more whole head type deal going on. Thing. Yeah, which is cool. Right. But I like just the classic headband. And Leo has, I think, the most normal looking headband out of all of them.
There's a flashback they do in one of the episodes where you see the turtles as they're becoming like, I don't know if it's as they're mutating. It might have just been like Vision. of what they look like, what they could have looked like, or maybe a blueprint of them. Anyways, the turtles are all standing there and their eyes are glowing. None of them are wearing head masks, and they all look perfect. I always see that. It's a very small clip in one of the past episodes. It's like when Baron Draxon's talking about their origins, and they look great.
Right.
Whenever I see that, I'm like, oh man, I wish they all looked like that. Yeah, but yeah. And that pretty much is it. We'll wrap it up here. Let me get you guys some of the new titles for Rise of the TMNT. Let me pull them up real quick. Where's it at? Oh, it's down here. Okay, so Rise of the TMNT will be back. Looks like next weekend, the 13th of October. 13th? What are we on? No,
that's today.
That was today. What is this?
What is this madness?
Anyways, some new episode titles, by the way. Well, there will be a new episode next weekend, by the way.
Yeah.
They announced it at the end of this week's episode. So next weekend, it looks like Saturday at 10:30. And we'll probably do another live stream again. So it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah, so we're going to do another one. And but we got some episode titles. I already talked about them before, Man vs. Sewer and The Mutant Menace. But those leaked somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like on Nick on Demand, and I may or may not have saw them already. So.
I may or may not.
But the new titles are Turtle Dega Nights.
I kind of like that.
Turtle Dega Nights, The Ballad of Ratman, and that says October 26th.
Okay.
And then the one after that says The Ancient Art of Ninja Hide and Seek. All right. And then those say October 26th, both of those. So
we're going to do another double one?
Double, yeah.
Oh, and nice.
If Man vs. Sewer and The Mutant Menace are the ones coming out next week, then we got another double of new episodes.
Cool.
Yeah. So it looks like they're doing back-to-back new episodes, which is great.
Yeah, that is.
If they're not going to do 20-minute episodes, at least we have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
And then we even go into November 2nd, there's an episode called One Man. And then in November 2nd again, another episode called Snow. Snow, yeah. So those are the new episode titles. That's pretty much it, though, for the stream, everyone.
Yeah.
We're going to wrap it up here. We are actually working on a short film right now for Jordan.
We're about to shoot here in the next few hours.
And I'll take some pictures and throw them up on the Turtle Den Instagram. So if you want to see those pictures, I guess, go over to the Instagram. Yeah, and check out some behind-the-scenes stuff. All right, guys, that's it for this stream. I'm going to go ahead and log off. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
And I'll see you guys throughout the week with another video. Take care.